Well, hello and welcome to Conversations with about Angels and with Light Workers. And today I have Erin and Vik on the call, and we're going to talk about light language. We're going to do some toning, and we're going to um, set an intention for the for you to practice at home and listen and enjoy. So our intention is to create light language today that will help you build trust, peace, grace, and wisdom, and connect with the frequencies of the angelic realm. So we invite in our spirit guides, our angels, the dragons, the fairies, and any ascended masters who wish to help us with our light language transmission today. All three of us channel light language with our hands, our voice. And so our intention is to help listeners who might be interested in learning a little bit about light language. And then we'll talk about how we activated our light language and some of the methods we use and how we use it in our life. So welcome, Vik and Erin.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. I'm going to do a reaction. We've been playing with reactions. So
it's 111 right now on
yeah,
September 11th. Woohoo.
this is all
nice.
fun for fun. Opening up your voice is a powerful way to raise your frequency and your vibration. So with the light language, we're going to begin with toning. And the first tone is Om. So take some deep breaths in and let go. In and let go on the out breath. In and let go on the out breath. So we're going to chant Om. Om.
Om.
So now we're going to chant Ah. The sound of Ah is very relaxing. Ah. So that's just kind of to loosen up your voice if you're interested in learning light language or speaking light language. Now with our intention is to code in trust, peace, and wisdom. So we'll begin to speak our light language, and movement is fine. So I'll begin. Atukuru o nakoshukuru o nakali te kupuru o shu nakashu kotara ane kaishuru oru o shuku nokotoro o shukotoro o aro ko shuku nokoro o shokatara ashuru o.
Ashtuani atata yutuko shitiana yatoko ati atata tu shitiana hatakata. Tutiana papati tiatata kushoto yane atata yete oto shoto yaneaka. Ata utu yata ikete ashiti ono no atia. Ata tu yas. Ata tu Iti tato, iti tu 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 oh tu 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 ah tu 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 tu. Ita tia to ya ta ta ti ti tu ata ta tu 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 tu. Ita to ti tu aku tu.
Oshu nakali neketoro oshukata.
Oh tu shiti ana aku to iti ato atu.
Puro otikara. Tuku ono ko ona kalikite poturo osho no katara ishiku toro ono kalata. Take some deep, clearing breaths. Wotoko ono ko toro osho osho. Osho nakala keito oro osho noka. Rokasha. Osho no kutoro osho no ko ala aini ke oro osho no katara. Araka aniki toro o nakale ke toro o nakatra ashuku toro o na. Isn't it ke wo onakai ni ke wo shunoko le ne ke shuo taka isn't ke wo toko toro o shunokata ashika.
Taku ati hata ko hoto ha ira takashata ni oto ata ati a uta a tita a skututo a ata titi titi ina oto tutu yata.
So I'm getting this message to fully activate your ground to the earth. So imagine that your feet are firmly planted on the earth and you're like a tree, roots are growing out of your feet. So elementals are grounding us to the earth, and then move that back up into your heart and feel the angelic presence of Mikael Mikael, Mikael, Azrael, 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 Yeshua, 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 clearing and expanding your heart with the element of fire like the sun. Ushonokushukutaraanakashuraatke. To invoke the element of water to clear away anything you need to let go of. Tukoonokotoroosho the element of air, like swirling wind around you, clears and cleans out anything, any doubts or fears or worries you need to let go of. And Metatron is activated above your crown. Oshonoka ai neke wo oto oroka anake uroko shoko toro oshonoka. Reactivating your connection with spirit with the I am. I am. Roko shunaka like toro oshonoka tara ashikuro. Atom, Malkuth, Vigibora, Vigedula, Leolam. Amen. The kingdom of heaven is within your heart. So the remembering is to remember your divinity within. Okoro o shonakatara a shukuro o nakatike potoro. You're always connected and deeply loved and supported by the angelic realm, by the ascended masters. They are here with us now, and they wish to send you all of their love and appreciation. Kushulnaka Uroka Yohe Valhe Adonai Adonai Adonai. It is done. So just take some relaxing breaths and breathe that in. So that was fun. I felt the presence of several. I want to know if you got any visions or messages as well. So we'll start with Erin. What were you feeling?
I feel the energy. It just flows all the time. My hands are very, like even right now, I could feel it. I could feel the different beings coming in and out. And the love in the heart is like your heart just wants to expand and just blow. It feels so good.
Ah,
And then the coughing even is the clearing. Clearing. So yes, it was beautiful.
Okay. Vik, did you get any visions, messages, people, spirit guides?
Yes. So for me, I'm fairly new to all of this. I'm still very new to all of this, but I'm having so much fun. And the message that I kept getting was like, light language is called light because it's not just light, but you have to be light about it as well, because ultimately light is love and love is light. So
That's
just
right.
That's
everything
beautiful.
is, yeah. So everything is about love at the end of the day. So don't judge, discern, but don't judge. Have fun with everything that comes your way. The other thing I saw was the other vision I got was all of us, just humanity as a collective, moving into Mother Gaia's heart chakra. like all of us ascending into the heart chakra. And I felt that was interesting because I've not had that visual before. Um, I got that. Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, but most of the biggest thing I got was like light language is love language.
It is. It is. So my visions is that it's simple, it's elemental, it is light and love, and it is for fun. Don't take yourself too seriously with it.
Yeah,
Nope.
It does expand the energy and frequency in you if you'll play with it a little bit,
exactly.
whether that is with speaking it or um, writing it or using your hands, and that is moving energy. And it is in the unseen realm, but it's available to us. And I will say I was resistant. I started speaking light language 3 years ago, and it was really interesting. My friend was chanting and it came through, but it was just kind of toning, and I would hear like a song in my head. And even going back further than that, I liked listening to like opera and Igorian chanting, and I would sing along and chant along. Om is the sound of God, the sound of the universe. So you don't have to use your light language, but you can use Om and chanting, and you can feel the vibration if you'll practice it. So I was activated. Um, I probably was activated 3 years ago, but I had some resistance to speaking light language verbally. I'm an energy healer, and I was using energy and seeing visions and knowing how powerful it was, but I was a little hesitant to use my voice. And I feel like I was telepathically doing the energy healing sessions, but then I shifted to more verbal and bringing it down into the earth. And now I feel it. I feel more connected to like nature, the trees, the earth, the birds. They sing to me and I sing back to them. And why not? I mean, it is really, I loved what you said. It is for fun. And some of Erin's was a little playful. I feel the energy of the fairies and the magical realm. So it's a way to tune in and get in touch with your magical side, that creativity, the love in your heart, and spread joy and love. And it's not it's not that serious. It is for fun, but it is very, very high vibrational. Anytime you chant, anytime you tone, it will raise your frequency. So
Yeah.
Yes.
um, I
And your
did, I
connection.
did. I was activated by Deb Clark and Christy Levy. Um, I've done a lot of in-person activations, and I've been listening to it for many years. I've done some with Daniel Scranton. So I've actually worked with several sound healers, but sound is a vibration, and it will resonate throughout your body. So it'll clear out
Yeah.
any doubts and fears and worries. And so Erin, you want to talk about how you were activated?
So like you, I was introduced to light language a couple of years ago. Actually, tongues years and years ago, a friend of mine always spoke tongues, is what they say. That's more of the religious side of it, but I think it's similar. It's this, they'll say it's different, but I feel it's the same thing. And then like I've always used my hands. I love dancing. I'm a feeler. Like my clear sentience is off the wall. And so I just always liked. I didn't realize that I was doing light language with my hands all these years, but I have. And then a couple years ago, a friend, Matilda, who was in our group, she always did light language and did things. And she's like, you can do it, you can do it. And it just never wasn't, it was like, okay, yeah, one day. But then I had been going to activations with a friend of mine for over a year and a half. And then I went to the fall retreat at Joshua House with Gary Temple Bodley. He channels Joshua. And we did the activations all weekend long. And I was the last ones. Tami was there, and Christy and Chris. And when I was laying on the table, I could just feel my lips like moving, 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 moving. And Chris actually pulled out Dragon. That was the first one. And then afterwards, I did some kind of singing at the end. So that was, I would think, was like my true like activation. And then 1 week later, I did Deb Clark's thing, and she said, "Oh, you've already been activated." So yeah, I'm like, okay.
Yes. I remember.
Right? Yeah, and she's like, "Yeah, you've been activated." Yeah, my hands really, I could feel the energy moving through my hands. I did Reiki. I had breast cancer, and so I had done Reiki during that time, and actually contributed to my healing, internal healing. But if I just try, it's so much fun. Like you, I have usually my guides are a dragon and a fairy, so I really speak dragon, fairy dragon. But I can talk to the birds, and like you, the nature, the connection to nature, and the animals that are like all around me. And it's just so much fun. And I know, don't get in your head about it. And like you, I think the easiest that I could say is I've been doing it for a long time, not knowing, talking to my animals, and you make up the little sounds and you're like, oh, but I think more people are doing light language than they know they're doing in some way, right? It's just that you just aren't aware of it, but step into it and have fun. It's fun and it's beautiful and it's love.
Okay.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Vik, you want to?
So yeah, so I got into this. I was first introduced to light language by Gary Temple Bodley as well. I was talking to him I think we started talking in January this year, and he told me that they were starting the first level of activation, and I went in as a hard skeptic. I was like, all right, if he's talking about it, he's giving it to me, so let's just give it a try. So I go into the first activation, the first level, and not having any visions or any, surreal experiences as such, but it doesn't feel bad either. It feels good. It feels like you're listening to chanting, and it's a good feeling. It feels like any other meditation experience. So I stick with it, and after the first level is over, I start to notice some shifts in my life where things are starting to feel different. Perspectives, there are different perspectives, there are different ways of looking at things that were not available to me before. And then so there were some very dramatic personal shifts that started to occur within my life, that I'm not ready to talk yet publicly, but it was dramatic enough where I called up Gary again in March, and we spoke, and I had a one-on-one with Joshua, and he gave me some more clarity on what was going on and what light activation does, what light language does, what activation does. And I stuck with the program. I did all the activations that Gary and Christy were releasing. All the activations are done by Christy, by the way. I have to mention that. I must mention that Christy is the one who actually does the activation. Christy and
Chris and
Chris,
Crystal.
yes, Christy and Chris, yes. So Chris does the dragon and Christy does the light language, and it's fun. And then there's also
Crystal.
Crystal in the background doing her light language. So all in all, it's a fun experience, and I'm having a good time doing all of this. And then in May, we are at the retreat, and that's when I have my first ever like real activation experience where we were all in that room together and we were all doing light languages. And that's when I started to really understand what this was about, because I saw things, I felt things that I'd never done before. I'd never felt before, and it was fantastic. And then Tammy, of course, did some energy healing on me, doing her light language, and that's when the visuals broke open. That's when the things start, you start to have these visuals, and it was beautiful. It was, I mean, the only word I can have, the only way I can describe those visuals is like the word I can use is celestial. That's how it felt. That's how amazing it was. I was like, this is something else. So I would say to anybody who's coming in new, like me, I would say keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. It is fun. Do it for fun. No need to take it seriously. It's all fun. Just go in, have fun, and just enjoy the ride. It's fascinating it's fascinating when you start to get closer and closer to realizing who you are.
Yes.
And
And
singing, I
light
find,
language is a good way to get there.
yes, you're exactly right, Vik. And singing, it seems like Tami, for me, singing is the easier. It
Mm.
is so like at first, like it just flows out. It just you make sounds. You just But I agree with you. It makes you more aware of who you are, that you're not alone, and like I found, like Vik, that my intuition picks up, my meditations are amazing. It's just I'm just go for it and just have fun with it. And you're gonna at first do it and you're gonna think, I'm making this all up.
Uh-huh.
No,
Yeah.
just do it,
You got
just
to
do
let
it.
go of the doubt because
That's
really,
right.
spirituality is about knowing yourself and going within. And so I will add, now I go into a deep trance state. My
Mm,
visuals have intensified 1,000%. I see angels. I feel their presence. I get, you know, and now it's called the Angelic Council of Light. I feel the presence of many angels, multiple angels,
mhm.
and ascended masters. And so I had some doubts about my visions, but now I'm getting clearer and clearer and understanding that the visuals are, light and love, and it's the guides and supporters that you have with you all the time in the
Mm,
angelic realm or the quantum field. It's available. We can't see it with our eyes, but we can see it with our mind's eye. We can feel it with our heart. We can sense the presence. It will reactivate your clair audience, your clair seeing, your clair knowing.
clairvoyance. Mhm.
You will
All the clairs.
begin to notice synchronicities, and your life will get lighter and lighter and lighter. And that's really what
Yes.
spirituality is about.
Yes.
It is lightening up. It is having
Yes.
fun. It
Mm.
is not taking things too serious. Vic's angel, I remember she was playing with him. He was laughing and giggling,
Aw,
and he needed to lighten up. And so, so do I.
yes.
Yes.
Like I've been serious my
Yes.
whole life, a type A person.
Mhm.
When I tell them that, they're like, Tammy? Now I always had a sense of humor, but I've always been a worrier, a doubter.
Mm,
I've
mm,
always had a little fear, but I'm also adventurous, and I'll push past fear. But I think it is a light way to get support from the universe without having to really do very much at all. It's probably the easiest spiritual practice that you can do to make the highest vibrational shift. So,
mm,
with magic, with angelic magic, it is breath, intention, um, imagination,
mhm.
and
Yeah.
Yes.
and allowing creativity to just flow through you and live in life a lot lighter. And you will begin to notice how life gets better and better every day. So
It does.
very
It does.
inspirational. It's a path of ease and joy and fun.
Yes, and it's fun to
Yes.
see the transformation because Vic, I remember you're just so much lighter and your energy is so playful. So
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's been a fun journey since I've gotten into this. And as I said, I did get in with a lot of there was a lot of resistance. And as a matter of fact, I still feel it. It's there,
yeah.
but it's, it's nowhere as intense as it used to be. And yes, of course, the retreat really opened me up to all of this because the experiences that we all had over there was just so amazing. The things that were happening, the conversations, and just all the light language, it was all just beautiful, and it really opened me up and
And it's
made me
amazing
more.
being in the room, right, with other people. Like you
Yes,
can't
of
explain it.
course.
Like,
We
right,
can't
the
explain
connection.
it. Yes, the
Yeah.
connections are just so amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I see a significant change in you too, Erin. From the
Oh,
time that I first met you, and I've known Erin a little bit longer than Vic,
mhm.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
It's been several years, ever since I've been going to retreats, and then I started working at retreats. And even though I was an energy healer, I was a little resistant to some of it myself, but as I opened up, then new opportunities and a synchronicity, Erin and I are going to see Bashar. So, I love channeling. I love all this woo-woo stuff, and I just lean in more and more now, and it's just
Yeah.
so much fun. So there are 8 of us. So I got a message in my sleep. So I sort of dream walk too, and
Mm.
I got a message in my sleep, call Erin. I contacted Erin. Next thing I know, I'm going to Sedona with Erin. So it's like this, you will align with your sentience. You'll start to get messages in new ways, through your hearing, through your third eye. It will
Third
open up
eye.
your third eye, it will open up your throat or your heart. It'll move around and do what it needs to do to make you a lighter, happier, kinder person. Um, so
Yes,
so I highly
absolutely.
Yes.
recommend Christie's 16
Oh, definitely.
activations. They're fabulous, and I get incredible
Yes.
visions. I see like
Oh,
crystalline grids, and
oh yeah.
my spirit guides all show up. I see all kinds of visions and downloads and
Mm,
energy. And now, as I'm doing my angelic magic, I feel
hmm
it in my heart. I mean, I
mm,
actually feel energy moving around in my heart when I'm working with Gabrielle or Michael or any of the angels I call in. But it is a fabulous way to live, and you can, you know, it's great. They're great.
They are. It's so fun though. Like I also want to encourage people because, like you said, we've known each other for a long time, but I had such a facade on because of the person that I was. I mean, I'm always this quirky. Like I feel like this is who I've become now. Like I'm putting it out more to the world is who I always was. But when I got in and around new people, but just step more into who you are, find your group. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, do the activations. They are amazing to see the transformations in everybody and that are stepping in and learning more about who they are and not what society tells them anymore. It's so good. It's just so good. And just let the light language flow. And I also want to encourage, we did the light language with the voice and with our hands and the toning, which is huge. But you can also remember when you were a kid, I'm sure everybody does, and you just did little doodles and things like that. That's also light language too.
Yeah.
So if you're a little hesitant about like speaking at first, sing just whatever tones come out and everything like that, but then just doodle. And I think Vik, you get a lot of things through, right? I remember at the retreat, you showed some of your pictures and everything like that, right?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
do.
And
I do. Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah. So that was one of the strange things. Actually, that was one of the things that really shook me and woke me up to light activation was these like they've stopped now, but in the initial first couple of levels, I would suddenly start seeing symbols.
Mm.
Like I'd be watching TV and then suddenly there'll be a symbol flashing right in front of my eyes, and I was like, what was that? You
Yeah.
know, so I started to notice them, and I started to like, and it was really a quick flash, so they wouldn't stick, like the symbols wouldn't stick around for very long, like maybe like for a second, and then go away. And it would usually be on the left side. So I'll be watching the TV like this, and then on the left side, I'll suddenly see the symbol, and I'm like, what?
Mhm. Mhm.
First couple of times, I wasn't really
Mm.
sure. I actually, I, I'm not ashamed to admit this. I actually went to an eye doctor because I thought there's something going on.
There's something wrong.
Something wrong. So he's like, no, nothing's wrong. Everything looks good. Like, okay. So started, and because in the beginning, I didn't even realize, I didn't even make the connection that this could possibly be happening because of the activations. So when we were at the retreat, that's when someone else was talking about something similar, and that's when I started to make the connection. Well, wait a minute, maybe that's what's going on here. So I spoke to Daryl about it, and then Chris. I made some of the symbols that I was seeing. I made it on my iPad, and I showed it to Chris, and that's when Chris said, maybe what's happening is you might be actually writing light
Yeah.
language here.
Mhm.
Okay, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So
So yeah,
nice.
no, yeah, so that was an interesting, that was a very cool experience. So anybody who's going who want see again, have fun with this sort of stuff. It's cool. It's just cool. There's nothing going on.
All
It's
the cool kids
all
are doing
fun.
it.
It's really fun. All of these. So you know, I used to be the kind of person who would look at woo-woo stuff and go like, okay, this is just a waste of time. And now I'm like, these are all literally these are toys given to you by Source. Have fun with them. That's at
That's
the end
so
of the
good.
day, that's what it is. Just
Yeah.
have fun with this in your reality, and you can have so much fun.
Yeah, I've always had a lot of visions, but they've intensified. And I was
Mhm.
telling Erin, I was seeing this triangle. Um,
Yeah.
it was very much like the Bashar symbol, and I kept seeing it yesterday and hearing a song. It sounds like,
Uh,
you know, anyway, it's a noise or a frequency. So I get 'cause my clear audiences, I get songs and
me
I
too.
get um symbols, the infinity symbol, uh
Hmm.
the when I was doing the elements,
Mm.
um I was getting like a cross,
Mm.
yes, like it was a golden cross, and it was so that symbol was showing me it was aligning us, you don't think something as simple as the elements and nature can attune you to the highest frequency. But whether you do light language or not, when you go out in nature and you ground and get near the trees, or touch the earth, it's
Mm.
aligning you with all of the elements. And that's a very basic magical practice to attune with the air, the water, the earth, and
Mm.
um,
The sky.
and
Just
and
look at the
fire,
sky.
the sun, the sun, and
Mm.
so all of and then spirit, that's the last one. So it is
Mm.
attuning it is attuning you to spirit
Mm.
and lightening up. So we're all lightening up, but this is our
Yes.
way to play the game
Mm.
of spirituality with a sense of joy and playfulness. And you know, it can't hurt to try it. That's what I say. Because who wants to live in fear? So
That's
what if
right.
you so what if you sing or my whole family is singers and I can't sing. Guess what? I sing
You
light
can.
language. I'll run
You
around
can.
singing,
You can
and I
sing.
don't care. I sing it in the shower. I
Me
sing
too.
it in the car. I don't have to sing to anybody. Now I make videos. People might see me. And you know what? I'm more me. Um, you know, my family, they know me. They love me. Who doesn't love angels? We're all
Exactly.
angels, and it activates your DNA. And I say there's 12 strands of DNA. Some of them are inactive, but they're becoming active. So you can do it
Hmm.
in a playful, lightful way and learn about it, or you can just sit around and wonder what it is. You may never completely understand it, but spirituality is about understanding who you are and what you need. And if that's dancing and singing and moving and playing, then I highly suggest it. So
Me
that,
too.
that's my take on it. Oh,
Beautiful.
okay. So you want to add anything else?
Nope, I just can't wait to see Bashar with you this weekend.
That's I'm very excited. Now I'm exploring aliens.
Aha. Yes, you will.
So I think there again I was a little resistant to Bashar, but I love his he's got some really cool meditations. He really does. And he's got some cool ways to give yourself permission to play and enjoy life.
Permission slips.
I love the permission slips. So
Mhm.
just give yourself permission to sing and tone
Yeah.
and chant and play, but spirituality is really fun.
Yeah. Nothing serious is going on, right? Isn't that what they say?
That's right.
Yeah, nothing serious is going on.
Be
This is
fearless
one,
be a
yeah.
lion, be fearless in a world of baby kittens.
That's right,
Be
Tim.
fearless. Go ahead.
That's right. That's right.
Well, thank you guys for playing with me today, and I'll see
Yeah.
you tomorrow.
Yay.
And
Thank you.
you,
So
Sue.
good seeing you, Vic.
It's good to see you too.
Okay.
All right.